Under Her Care by Lucinda Berry. Lucinda Berry is actually one of my favorite psychological thriller authors.
Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency.
Over the weekend I successfully passed the course, finished the course, and got approved to take my exams. Good morning, you guys. What is up? Welcome back to the channel if you're new around here. My name is Hannah. If you're not new, welcome back. Wanted to just pick up the camera and honestly spontaneously vlog. I kept thinking of... Oh my god. I don't know how my camera didn't just shatter into a million and one pieces. What the heck? I had you guys propped up on this thing, or not propped up, but like hooked into this thing, and it sticks to the window and I use it all the time. And today it just gave out, I think because the window's cold. And you dropped to literally the cement floor, and I thought that that was the end of my camera. That was terrifying. I'm now scared to have this up there. I did in fact break the bottom of the camera. And now I have to buy new screws to fix it. Why did that even happen? And make this intro really quick. I don't know what I was saying before I literally just saw my life flash before my eyes, but I'm gonna spontaneously vlog today. I feel like I have been trying to brainstorm fun vlog ideas and I need to just stop overthinking it and just vlog. So welcome to either a day in my life or a few days in my life. It really depends on how much footage I get. Officially November 1st. Yesterday was Halloween. We didn't do anything for Halloween. We sat inside. Oh, I fell asleep on the couch like right after work, so I was so exhausted yesterday. I spent the last 2 nights, not last night, but like the night before and the night before that, staying up until like midnight finishing books and reading, and I need to not do that because then I was just overly exhausted Monday and Tuesday. This morning I'm feeling nice and like awake because I actually ended up going to bed at like 10 o'clock yesterday. I read for a little bit and then just listened to my body, and instead of continuing to read, I went to bed. So I'm feeling refreshed today and I'm excited that it's November. I can't believe how fast October flew by. It doesn't really even feel like October happened. Like the fact that yesterday was Halloween feels like a fever dream. And that's that. I was gonna vlog this weekend for Halloween and then just didn't get around to it, to be honest. We didn't do too much. We had friends come and stay with us. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last vlog or not, but we hung out with them. We went to another friend's party, then we went out to the bars, then we came back, and I spent all of Sunday in bed just recouping. I needed to just relax. So I binged to Gilmore Girls, played the Switch, read a little bit, did all the things, none of which were exciting to vlog. We're vlogging today, so just wanted to say welcome back. I know the camera is so far up and this is like the most bizarre angle, but now I'm just scared to move my camera at all, and I'm officially gonna end this intro before my camera comes tumbling down again, because that would be my luck, that this would happen a second time, then the camera would officially break. So with that being said, welcome back to the channel. I need to do a little morning refresh. I didn't do it first thing this morning because I didn't crawl out of bed until a little bit later, but I'm gonna take the next 5 minutes to kind of clean up the living room and kitchen. This doesn't look like too much clutter, but honestly it's just driving me nuts, so we're gonna do that really quickly. Also, yes, I am wearing my pajama pants today because I didn't feel like putting on sweatpants, and you know, pajama pants are just comfy. Already feels so much better. I had to put away the Halloween stuff that was over there too. Living room's picked up, kitchen counter's picked up for the most part, lit a candle. The vibes are now all right in here. I'm getting ready to have breakfast. I think I'm gonna have this last muffin. This is my recent food fixation for the past week. We've been making banana muffins. I had like a pre-made mix from Thrive Market that was healthish. It was like a pre-made almond flour banana muffin thing, and we went through those in I think like a day and a half, and then yesterday we had bananas that were up here that were kind of rotting, so I made more muffins and we've been chowing down on these like it's nobody's business. They're honestly so good, and I feel like just such an easy and healthy-ish, I'm saying healthy very lightly because the amount of sugar that I put in the ones that I made yesterday were concerning, but I feel like the pre-made box one wasn't too bad. But just a good snack or quick breakfast item if you need. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have this and heat it up and maybe put some butter on it. I kind of like forgot about muffins for a while there, and now I'm back on them. I want to make pumpkin muffins because we have like 1 can of pumpkin left, and I know technically Halloween's over and I feel like pumpkinish stuff is over now, but we still have technically the entire month of November and that's still fall. So I feel like pumpkin muffins would be really good. I've been trying to wear my blue light glasses more because I feel like my eyes have been straining so much recently from staring at way too many screens. So I'm trying to get better about wearing these because I feel like my eyesight is going to go downhill if I don't wear them. I'm taking a little break for lunch. I've been trying to like actually take a lunch break instead of eating next to my computer, just because I feel like I need to like remove myself from my work environment at least once a day. So I'm out here in the living room. I'm boiling noodles for lunch. I'm gonna do like a little noodle butter parmesan situation. We don't really have that many lunch things. I actually need to go to the grocery store like either later today or tomorrow or something. But I was just sitting here and I was watching Netflix, waiting for the noodles to cook. I want to do a little book recap with you guys because I haven't done a book recap in a long time. And I feel like I've read like a handful of books since last time I've talked to you guys about books. So I think a little bit later on I want to sit down and like give you guys a little bit of a book update and talk about what I've read recently and what I'm currently reading. Maybe give you guys some inspo for your next reads. But I feel like I shouldn't do that right now because I only have like 10 more minutes left on my lunch break. But I just wanted to give you guys like a little midday update because I really do feel like these glasses go with literally every outfit that I put on. I've had these glasses for 2 or 3 years now and they are my favorite. They're from Warby Parker. This is like the Chamberlain lens, and then I just got my prescription put into them with like a blue light lens over the top, so it was a little bit more for the blue light. But I've been wearing these pretty much every single day this week and I really do feel like it helps keep my eyes from straining and like feeling dry and everything of that sort. I'm a big fan. I will forever be a big fan. If I ever lose these or break them, I will be repurchasing again. The way my camera is currently situated is asking for disaster number 2 of the day, but I'm just gonna pray that the angle is on my side. I wanted to do a book recap. I figured this was a fun place to do it. I never vlog at this angle or really at my desk because of the lighting in here, but I feel like it's kind of working right now. So figured we could do a little book recap of books that I've read recently. For those of you guys that enjoy the book content, I can give you the spiel. I don't know where I left off, so I'm just gonna do a handful of them rather than every book because I feel like this makes more sense. Okay, book number 1 was Counting the Cost by Jill Duggar. If you watch 19 Kids and Counting, this is one of the kids from that show. I think she's like one of the oldest girls in the show. And basically within the last several years, I think there was like a big scandal that came out about 19 Kids and Counting. They have a whole documentary, or docuserie I think it's what it's called, where it's like a little documentary series about this family and how kind of like messed up their whole dynamic was. And it's actually like a really crazy, insane story, and it's kind of culty, and I don't really know how to explain it. You'll have to look it up. But Jill Duggar, which is one of the oldest girls, she wrote a book and she narrated the audiobook in her own voice. So I listened to the audiobook from Libby. I never really feel right rating memoirs because it's like her own life story and who am I to judge that. But I really did enjoy the story that she told, and I feel like the way that she told her life story was really interesting, and the fact that it was in her voice too was interesting. So I would highly recommend the audiobook if you guys watch 19 Kids and Counting and are like kind of caught up on that whole situation. I found the book very interesting. Next book that I read was Divine Rivals. This is the first book in the Letters of Enchantment, and it's the only book that's out yet. I think the next book comes out soon actually, but this book is by Rebecca Ross. It's a fantasy book, but it's one of those fantasy books that feels very similar to just like a normal fiction story, but has some fantasy elements, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. I docked it 0.5 points because I feel like they kind of rushed the love story in this book, but it was still really, really good and I was a big fan. So I would highly recommend Divine Rivals if you're looking for like a more of a modern day fantasy book. The next book that I read was The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. This is the second book in the X-Hex series. It's like a very witchy romance, perfect for Halloween. Now that Halloween's over, I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend it, but if you're still in the Halloween mood, maybe you could read it. I would suggest reading the first book in this little like duology series because this book is about the main character of the first book's cousin. So you kind of like enter back into a world that was already created in the first book. I also just kind of liked the first book a little bit more than this book. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't my favorite, but it was a very quick and easy, spooky read. So for that, I would recommend, but again, it's like very Halloween-y, so I don't know if it's still relevant. Next book that I read was You Again by Kate Goldbeck. This is Kate Goldbeck's debut novel. I don't think that she has written any others from what I could find. I actually picked this book up at a boutique bookstore in Brooklyn. I filmed that in a fall vlog, maybe like 2 vlogs back. It's like a romance bookstore that's based out of Park Slope and it was really cute, but I picked this up because I really liked the cover. It had fall leaves on the front and it's based out of New York. I typically don't enjoy New York books. I don't really know why. I think it's just because I live here, so it just doesn't interest me. And I feel like this book kind of like lived up to that standard that I have, that I don't really enjoy New York reads. I gave it like 2.5 out of 5 stars. Not bad for a debut novel. Wasn't the biggest fan of the storyline. It felt a little dry and boring to me personally. About 2 people that go from enemies to friends to lovers, and you're kind of along with them for this journey, and it takes place over like 10 years, which is crazy. So you follow along the 2 main characters' lives up until they reconnect, and then you're following along with like their love story, for the lack of a better term. It's interesting. I feel like a lot of the New York aspects of this book were pretty accurate. Like I could picture what they were saying, and I don't know if the author's from New York, but maybe I would assume she is if she knows a lot about the area and like her descriptions were super accurate. That or she's visited multiple times, but it was cute if you like that kind of romance novel. Wasn't my favorite, but I would say this is one of those books where if it sounds interesting to you, just pick it up and read it. I wouldn't take like my opinion to heart just because, I don't know, I'm kind of picky with novels like this. The most recent book that I read was 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. This is a book that was very, very, very popular on Book Talk many moons ago, I think like 2 or 3 years ago to be honest, and we're actually reading this for a book club this month. I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars, and this book made me absolutely sob. Like I was a wreck reading this book for a good reason. I don't know if the description gives it away. I'll just read like the summary just in case I spoil anything. 1 kiss lasts a moment, but 1,000 kisses can last a lifetime. 1 boy, 1 girl, a bond that is forged in an instant and cherished for a decade. A bond that neither time nor distance can break. A bond that will last forever, or so they believe. When 17-year-old Rune Christensen returns from his native Norway to the sleepy town of Blossom Grove, Georgia, where he befriended Poppy Litchfield as a child, he has just one thing on his mind. Why did the girl who was one half of his soul, who promised to wait faithfully for his return, cut him off without a word of explanation? Rune's heart was broken 2 years ago when Poppy fell silent. When he discovers the truth, he finds that the greatest heartache is yet to come. Okay, I'm glad I didn't give you guys like my own summary because I think I would have given away the probably biggest spoiler of the book. But forewarning that this book will make you sob like a baby. It's not the most well-written book that I've ever read. In fact, it's kind of cheesy at some points, but the storyline of the book is like what really gets you. And then the current book that I'm reading is Under Her Care by Lucinda Berry. Lucinda Berry is actually one of my favorite psychological thriller authors, and I think it's because she just writes stories that are so realistic, and also I just have like a psychology-oriented brain. I enjoy stories that are very realistic, that are kind of peculiar. I'm pretty sure Lucinda Berry is a clinical psychologist. Yeah, so she's a former clinical psychologist and a leading researcher in childhood trauma. So I think that she writes a lot of her stories based on her own personal experience in her career, which just makes for like very realistic and stories. The one I'm currently reading is, I think I said, Under Her Care by Lucinda Berry. On a humid summer day in Alabama, a mayor's wife turns up brutally murdered under a railroad bridge. Standing next to her body is a 14-year-old Mason Hill, the autistic son of former Miss USA Genevieve Hill. The locals are quick to level their verdict on young Mason. He did it. The town detective calls in local autism expert Casey Walker to consult on the case. At first, Casey tries to keep an open mind, but the more time she spends with Genevieve, the more her unease grows. And she suspects that Genevieve is doing more than just protecting her son. Casey's misgivings surrounding Genevieve's story only intensifies when she meets Savannah, Genevieve's 19-year-old daughter. Savannah, as it turns out, has some disturbing secrets of her own. But as Casey dives ever deeper into the Hill family dynamic, she searches for the truth, leading to another shocking murder, one that shatters her understanding of the human condition in ways she never imagined. I'm only about 25% into this book, and I honestly didn't even read the summary before I went into it, so I'm intrigued now to see where this book goes. It's not one of Lucinda Berry's highest rating books. I personally really enjoyed The Perfect Child, which is, I think, one of my favorite books of all time. That's a psychological thriller. It is just so creepy, but like in the best way possible. And I don't know, it's just like one of the best psychological thriller books I've ever read. I just really like all of her books, and I'll definitely continue to read the rest in her portfolio, but that's the one that I'm currently reading. And that's it. That's a little recap of the books that I've read recently. My TBR list is forever growing. I actually ordered a few physical books from Amazon that should be coming in within the next few days. I can do a little haul if I'm still vlogging at that point, but I just wanted some physical books to add to my collection. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have like 5 or 6 physical books that are on my TBR shelf currently. I call it a shelf, but really it's just like in addition to the other books that I have on my bookshelf. I just wanted some more to add to my collection because every now and then I just enjoy reading a physical book over my Kindle book. So if those come in, I will do a mini haul for you guys. I don't know if I've showed my bookshelf recently, and if you're new to this channel, you probably didn't even know this existed, but this is my little bookcase. It makes the perfect background for Teams calls when I'm at work, and it's a good conversation starter. We have my Sarah J Maas books up here. We're gonna add in some more probably fantasy books up there soon because I have Once Upon a Broken Heart coming in, and then I also have Fourth Wing coming in. I bought the physical copies of both those books, so those will probably be a new addition to the shelves coming soon. We have some romance books, and then these are all kind of miscellaneous. This is like my little thriller, psychological thriller section, sci-fi and kind of fantasy, I guess. And then these are like my TBR books. I'm probably gonna have to break into these bottom 2 shelves soon, but for right now, they're just random storage shelves. I like this bookshelf a lot. It's from Amazon. It's very, very cute. I was saying that if we move, or when we move, I want to get maybe another one of these shelves and have them side by side, just because I really like the look of it, and I think that that would be very cool, and we can make a massive library wall or something of the sort. But I want to build out my physical book collection a little bit more. I actually just did a huge giveaway of books that I didn't want anymore. I'm trying to only keep books that I think that I would actually lend out to other people or would read again. I just feel like if I'm not going to touch a book ever again, or like let people borrow it, I might as well give it a new home. I feel like I have a hard time buying physical books because I never know whether or not I'm gonna like them. And if I buy a $20 physical book, I just kind of feel like it's a waste of money if I don't like it, and then it just sits on my shelf and I never read it. So I've had a hard time recently buying physical books, but I do kind of want to start investing in them again, even if it's just fantasy books, because 9 times out of 10, I like the fantasy books that I read. I don't think I've ever DNF'd a fantasy book that I'm aware of. There have been like 1 or 2 that I haven't been a huge fan of, and I did Rehome. Ninth House is one of them. I do not like that book, and I saw that it's trending again recently, so that's my opinion on that. But physical books that I know that I'm most likely gonna like, I kind of want to start buying again, because I don't know, I just think that they would look really pretty on the bookshelf, and I feel like not every book that I buy has to be a Kindle book, even though I have been really into the Kindle books lately. 9 times out of 10, I get them for free, either from Libby or Kindle Unlimited. officially winter. 37 degrees outside. It's so freaking cold. I'm sporting the just rolled out of bed look, aka non-matching pajamas, and then I had to throw a huge sweater over this and fuzzy socks because our apartment is freezing. We've been sleeping with the AC on at night because our heat like doesn't really work that well. You set it to a specific temperature and it has a mind of its own and will be 6 degrees above whatever temperature that you had set, and it makes it really hot in here. So we've been sleeping with the AC on at night, which means that in the morning it's really cold, but I turned the heat back on this morning. I can't believe it's 37 degrees outside. That's crazy. Can't even say it feels like it was because it quite literally was 80 degrees on Saturday and now it's Thursday and it's 37 degrees outside. So tell me how that is supposed to work. I'm getting ready to wash my face and I wanted to show you guys this new little product that I just got in the mail last night from Amazon. I've seen these all over TikTok and I want to put them to the test. This is the Clean Skin Club Redefining Clean towels. They're like one-use towels, but they are biodegradable, clinically tested, vegan. I don't think they have like any chemicals in them or anything like that. It's for drying your face after cleaning, pair with a makeup remover, use to remove face mask, wet and use with a cleanser for gentle exfoliating. You get the point. I was recently put on this new regimen, I think that's the term for it, by my dermatologist, and in the morning I'm supposed to use this, and it's clindamycin and benzoyl peroxide gel mixed together. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I recently discovered that it is dyeing my towels like pink, or it's bleaching them because I think of the benzoyl peroxide. I don't know if you guys can tell. Oh yeah, you definitely can at the bottom. And I did not realize that benzoyl peroxide does that, nor do I want to ruin any of my towels. So that was the main reason for buying these one-use towels, because specifically in the morning, I just don't want to be ruining my towels. That and the fact that I've heard that a lot of people have seen results from using clean use towels on their face. It's not good to use a face towel or like a body towel over and over again to wash your face because of all the germs and like particles and stuff like that can get on your face that will make your face break out even more than it already is. So that was like what I originally saw this for, and then once I realized that I was dyeing my towels, I was like, okay, I need to come up with a solution because we cannot be having this. So I'm gonna try these out for a little bit. I didn't realize how small the box was. Honestly, it's a little bit pricey for how small the box was. I think this was like $11 for 25 face towels, so it's only gonna last me like a week and a half if I use these twice a day, but I'm excited to test them out at the very least. I don't know if I'm gonna like the feeling of them. That's like my main concern. I think it should be fine. I don't know, it just feels kind of like soft and textured. It's very thin. We'll see. I'll use them for a little bit and then I'll give you guys a review of my thoughts. If you guys have used them, comment down below and let me know how you like them, or if there's like a different brand that I should try out, because we're new to the single use face towels, but I'm hoping that it'll help clear up my face and also prevent my towels from being ruined. I'm gonna wash my face, brush my teeth, get ready this morning, and then I will check back in with you guys a little bit later.
Attention please, there has been a report of an emergency. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit and leave the building immediately. Do not use the elevators. Use stairwells where necessary. All handicapped occupants shall use the building evacuation plan.
That fire alarm went off for, I think, 15 minutes, and I'm not even exaggerating. It went off for so long. We knew that that was going to happen. They sent us an email saying that there was going to be a fire alarm test today, and there was like a window between 1 and 4 p.m. We just didn't know when it was going to go off, and it just happened to go off at 1 o'clock. Although when it didn't shut off within the first like 2 minutes, we did question whether or not this fire alarm was actually going to go off the entire time, like 1 to 4 o'clock, and just so it would be 3 hours of a fire alarm. As you can tell, it did eventually shut off also. Sorry, a bit of a different angle, my camera died. So now we're in the clear and I don't need to plan my escape. I wanted to give you guys an update because in the last vlog I was talking about my CAPM exam and how I needed to finish my course in order to apply to take the exam. And over the weekend I successfully passed the course, finished the course, and got approved to take my exam. So now I just need to put down the deposit for my exam and then schedule it. This exam is not cheap, so I haven't decided when I want to bite the bullet on that yet. It's like $300 to take the CAPM exam. I was looking to see if my company would reimburse it, but I didn't see any options for courses like this because I don't think it technically counts as a certificate. I could be totally wrong. I guess I could ask HR if this is something that would fall under the education refunding thing, but the majority of the education assistance falls under bachelor's degrees or like master's degrees or PhD degrees. I didn't really see too many for certificates because they have like a list of approved programs that you can go through. So I think it's probably gonna have to come out of pocket, and with that being said, I just don't know if I want to bite the bullet yet. I probably should do it sooner rather than later while the information is still fresh in my mind, because I don't want to have to like redo the course and restudy all the materials that I already learned to prep for the exam again. I'd rather just do it while it's fresh in my mind. So I probably will do it soon, but I did want to give you guys an update on that because I ended up passing the class, and then now I just need to take the actual exam. I think it can be either virtual or in person. I'll probably do the virtual one just because I think I said in the last vlog I don't know where we're gonna be when I decide to take it, and I don't want to schedule an exam and like have to travel far for the exam. Also, I don't even know if they would offer it in person in New York. I don't know how that works, but I'll probably do it virtual, and that means that I need to have a good space to sit and take the exam that's quiet. So that's that. Just wanted to give you guys an update because I did talk about it and then didn't revisit, although the update just happened, so you guys haven't missed much. I'm about to hop on a call in like 4 minutes, and it's my last call of the day, and then after I need to just wrap up a few other work things. I haven't really taken a lunch break yet, technically, so I think I'm gonna use my lunch break to run to the post office. I have a Poshmark package to drop off, and I also want to put some books in the little library that's down the street. And what else? There was something else that I wanted to do. John's picking up Sweetgreen for me because we don't have any food in the apartment for lunch, so I just placed like a mobile order for Sweetgreen. And I have my flu shot later today. Lots of exciting things happening after this next call, but I need to do this first and then run a bunch of errands, basically. Sweetgreen order has been secured. I got a kale Caesar salad, which is like one of my favorite meals to get from Sweetgreen. And then I also got an Olipop because they now sell Olipops in the Sweetgreen store. So this is like a fun little treat. Every time I get a salad, I get a prebiotic soda. A literal beaut. Okay, it's the end of the workday and I'm getting ready to go get my flu shot, and then I'm gonna head to the grocery store. I don't even know what this outfit is, but it's just an oversized sweatshirt, jean jacket, Ugg boots. It's literally freezing outside. I think it's now up to 50 degrees exactly, and it feels very cold. So hopefully I warm up a little bit and that this is warm enough. I think it should be. I really don't want to go get this flu shot. I hate getting shots. I just don't like things getting like stuck into my arm. It's not even that it's painful, it just the process of the blood thing freaks me out. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I told the woman that was giving me a shot that I don't like shots or needles. And at the end, I thought she was handing me like a receipt saying that I got my flu shot, but she handed me this sticker that says, "I am brave," and I don't know why, but it's cracking me up. It's kind of cute, like a little turtle. I went in for 5 things, and safe to say went a little crazy, so let's do a grocery haul. Starting from the bottom, we got some cookie dough, deli meat for sandwiches, a big thing of rice, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, chicken, everything bagels, tomatoes, pesto, Boom Chick Pop popcorn, the best. 3 of these boxes because they were on sale. It was like 3 for $5 and we eat these all the time. Coffee creamer, this is the hazelnut one. Oat milk, Olipop, another Olipop, mozzarella, protein pasta, and then celery. To be fair, I'm gonna try to make some good lunches next week because I feel like I just ate crappy lunches all week and then was just hungry throughout the day. I got stuff to make the pesto mozzarella tomato pasta that I normally make, and I just decided to do protein noodles because I feel like they're a little bit better for you than regular noodles and you're getting extra protein. And then I also bought stuff to do chicken salad, hence the celery and chicken. So it wasn't like I went in there and went completely off track, but at the same time I did not walk in expecting to spend $100, and then I did end up spending $100, so. Lighting in the kitchen is so bad at this time of night, but I just wanted to go ahead and end up the vlog here. I need to make dinner, and I think we're just gonna do something simple like chicken, rice, and a vegetable because we finished all of our HelloFresh meals for the week yesterday, so now we're kind of on our own. So I'm gonna do that, and then I think for the rest of the night I'm gonna read, just hang out, probably watch some Gilmore Girls. You guys know the drill. But I wanted to give this vlog an official outro. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye guys.